Have you ever shared something special and felt your heart glow even brighter afterward? In the bright tops of Maplewell Forest lived a young squirrel named Saffi, whose fluffy tail curled like an orange question mark. Saffi loved collecting acorns, striped acorns, speckled acorns, tiny acorns, and giant ones. She kept them all in a hollow tree she called her treasure tower. Each morning she scampered from branch to branch, polishing her acorns and lining them up in perfect spirals. "No squirrel has a collection as splendid as mine," she often said proudly, tapping each acorn with a musical plink plink. Her friends, Pato the possum, Lena the ladybug, and Bramble the chipmunk, admired her treasure but never touched it. Saffi was friendly, but she never offered to share. One crisp autumn morning, the Forest Council announced the Autumn Gathering, a joyful festival where animals shared food, stories, and songs. Everyone prepared gifts for the feast. Everyone, except Saffi. "What will you bring?" asked Pato. Saffi's tail twitched. I haven't decided. My acorns are treasures, not treats." "You could spare just a few," Bramble suggested gently. But Saffi hugged her collection closer. "They're mine." That afternoon, a windy storm swept through Maplewell Forest. Leaves danced wildly, branches creaked, and animals hurried into burrows. Saffi rushed to her hollow tree, but the wind was faster. A huge gust rattled her treasure tower, shaking acorns loose. They tumbled and rolled like raindrops of gold, disappearing into the darkness. "Wait, no!" Saffi cried, chasing them, but the wind tossed them everywhere. When the storm finally calmed, her collection was scattered, some lost, some cracked, some buried under leaves. Saffi slumped on a root, tears glimmering. "My treasures gone." Just then she heard tiny footsteps. Pato, Lena, and Bramble arrived, each carrying something behind their backs. "We saw what happened," Bramble said softly. "We brought these to help," chirped Lena. They placed small bundles at her paws, a handful of soft moss, a tiny basket woven from pine needles, and a warm leaf blanket. Saffi blinked. "But why?" Pato smiled. "Because friends care, especially when treasures fall." Touched, Saffi whispered, "I've never shared anything with you. Not even one acorn." "That doesn't change how much we care," Bramble replied. Saffi looked around at the scattered forest. Her heart felt warm and fuller than when her treasure tower was overflowing. "Will you help me gather what's left?" she asked. "Of course," said Pato. Together they combed the forest floor. Lena found tiny acorns wedged between roots. Bramble dug through leaf piles, humming softly. Pato carried the heavier ones in his curled tail. By sunset, Saffi had a small but precious collection, again only a fraction of what she once had. But somehow it felt more meaningful now. The next morning was the Autumn Gathering. Animals crowded the clearing with treats: honeycombs, berry pies, seed cookies, and leafy salads. Saffi stood quietly beside her tiny basket of acorns. Pato nudged her. "You can share if you want to, or keep them. We'll still be here." Saffi took a breath, feeling her heart flutter with new courage. I want to share them," she said. "Every one." She opened the basket. Animals gasped softly and gathered around. Saffi offered each friend an acorn, striped ones to the owls, speckled ones to the chipmunks, shiny ones to the birds. Each creature thanked her warmly, their smiles bright as lanterns. As she watched others enjoy the acorns she once guarded fiercely, something magical happened. Her heart felt lighter, brighter, bigger. That night, the moon rose golden and kind. Saffi curled her tail round her paws and whispered, "Treasures shine brightest when shared," and Maplewell Forest never forgot the day a squirrel learned that the real treasure wasn't tea. What she kept, it was what she gave.